Hello ladies and gents, welcome back. Alright, it's final time. The last two men standing are Tsitsipas and Novak Djokovic. Both of these guys has played the best tennis through the tournament, and their final spot are so well deserved. They have played really the best tennis, the highest level of all. If you compare to the other guys, they have shown that they want to be in the final more than the other guys, and of course they have their level of tennis that is talking, the racket is talking in their cases and not their mouth. They have shown that really these two are two great competitors. No further introduction about these two guys. You all know what Novak Djokovic is capable of, and Tsitsipas. Both of them played their semi-final earlier today, and first of all, I'm gonna go into Tsitsipas' victory against Karen Khachanov, a 4-set battle. They were playing some great tennis time to time, and the Greek finished off in 3 hours and 21 minutes to beat Khachanov in 4 sets, 7-6, 6-4, 6-7, and 6-3 in the fourth set. Finally, for Tsitsipas, after 4 semi-final appearances, if you count this also, and finally have reached the final after losing to Daniil Medvedev twice and then Rafael Nadal once. He has finally got that well-deserved spot in the final. He played great tennis through this semi-final against Karen Khachanov. He showed maturity, he showed confidence, he showed composure, he showed mental toughness. So the next step, natural step, because he has talked in his interview, after-match interviews, that he really wants to win at Australian Open. It's his favorite Grand Slam. He has great support here from the crowd, who mainly are they have many Greek population here in Australia, so they are supporting Stefanos, of course. Like Novak, have also many supporters from Serbia and other countries. These are two worldwide lovable tennis player, and the young Greek, I still call him the young Greek, has showed up from his best side. He played some great ball striking tennis. That forehand today, oh my god, it was a tremendous weapon. It was supreme level of hard-hitting tennis, both inside out forehand, both flat and spin, and from top spin. He was really dictating the game and pushing around Karen Khachanov from his forehand, and that was one of the main keys for him if he wanted to win this match. And he served greatly through the match. In the first set, he got many free points, even though he didn't serve great. And he played, Stefanos didn't take unnecessary risk. He played safe, he played smart, he didn't play difficult, he didn't try to do that. His difficulty level was not that high, even though his playing style is very difficult to execute, but he was playing smart, and his backhand was solid today. His backhand slice also, his net approaches also. One thing, he was a little bit too cautious in the biggest moment, especially in the first set, where he had some match points that he couldn't convert. I think one of them was in his serve, maybe it was 2, I forgot how many. I think at least 1 or 2 was in his serve, and he got too cautious. He made some crucial mistakes there, and Khachanov did play great, especially that it was a rally around 18 shots that he pushed Stefanos around, and then he made room for his forehand to just put the winner in one of the corners. So I'm impressed with Stefanos' mindset, even though he lost the first set, because if you lose the first set, it can be the opposite. You can just fall apart, or you take your time to recoup and show your mental fortitude that this match is gonna end on my terms and not on your terms. And that's what Stefanos did. He served great through the match. He won 83% behind his first serves, 84% behind his first serve, and 53% behind his second serve. Khachanov, on the other hand, his number dipped a little bit, because the first set, it was a really roller coaster set. They broke each other a couple of times in the first set, and I think they broke each other twice in the first set. the match went to a tie break where Stefanos Tsitsipas was more clutch. He took care of his opponent's mistakes, and he served out the set and took that with a small margin. It could have gone either way. So in the second set, he played much better. His forehand was hitting from all over the baseline. He was hitting winners from all over the court. So Karen Khachanov's number was too low, 66% behind his first serve and 58% behind his second serve, and that was one thing that decided this match, of course, because both of these guys got broken a lot of times in this match. And Stefanos was brave. His match plan was obvious. He tried to attack the net as soon as possible when he had the opportunities, and he managed to win 29 out of 41 break net point approaches. And Khachanov also approached the net a lot of times. He knew that he had to take time away from Tsitsipas also. He was successful also. He won 23 out of 37 opportunities. Stefanos was a little bit better in that game. He's a more experienced serve and volleyer, and he likes to play double, so he has more experience of playing net tennis than Khachanov. So I think that Stefanos returned pretty good in this match. He won 37% from Khachanov's serves, both first and serves, and Khachanov's returning game was not that great. He only won 27%, and that's mainly because Stefanos served tremendously good. He did like 16 or 18 aces also. So I'm pretty impressed of Stefanos Tsitsipas' performance in these 4 sets. He was a much better guy. He did 66 winners totally and 34 unforced errors. Khachanov did 46 winners and 32 unforced errors. So you see, look at the stats. Stefanos went for the trigger much more often and got more rewarded, and he took time away from Khachanov. That baseline battle from behind was an advantage this time for the Greek. He has now won all of the 6 previous meetings in ATP levels, and he really moved around Khachanov. He really, the long rallies in this match, it was pretty even, but on the bigger points, he was much better, Stefanos. And that's why he won this match, because he was the better player. Now he's gonna enter his second Grand Slam final. He's gonna meet Novak Djokovic. We all know that that's not a great matchup for Stefanos Tsitsipas. They have met 12 times before, and Novak has won 10. I think he has won the 7 or 8 previous matches against Stefanos Tsitsipas. So Stefanos really took Khachanov not by surprise. He took him by the bed. He didn't allow him to dictate the game. That forehand, I have never seen Stefanos Tsitsipas hit the ball so clean, so hard, so effective, with so low unforced error numbers I've seen in this battle against Khachanov for a very long time. I think this is the best ball striking tennis I've seen. He hit the ball so clean, so hard, and he pushing his opponents out from the court, which make rooms for him to approach the net. That's a great plan that he should stick to against Novak Djokovic. All right, a little bit about Novak Djokovic performance against Tommy Paul. It was a very, very weird first set. Novak Djokovic couldn't time the ball. Novak Djokovic invited his opponent. When have you seen Novak lead 5-1 with a set point in a serve and invite the opponent by making so much unforced errors? It was an unforced error fiesta in the first set. Novak did 24 unforced errors in the first set. 24. I've never seen him do so many unforced errors. But he said to Tommy Paul, I'm not in mood now. I'm gonna take a little bit break here. Please, I invite you to the match. Please make a matchup out of this. And Tommy Paul could have grabbed the first set. Even though it was a close set, when the ball was in play, when Novak didn't do unforced errors, you clearly saw who was the better player. It was, of course, Novak Djokovic. The young American should have been more aggressive when he saw that in the first set. When Novak started to do those unforced errors, he should have taken a step into the court and approached the net. And because it was clearly he couldn't keep up with Novak in the long rallies. When Novak pushed him from corner to corner, the cross-court duels was in a big advantage for Novak Djokovic. Tommy Paul was a number short there. He should have sliced more, and he should really taken. He should have marked and said to Novak, "Look, you're not playing great now. I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna take the commando." But he didn't do that. Even though he broke Novak back up to 5-5, Novak served out the 11th game and then broke Tommy Paul and won the first set. And Novak did 12 winners and 24 unforced errors. Meanwhile, Tommy Paul only did 8 winners and 19 unforced errors. Novak won 72% behind his first serve and 39% behind his second serve, and Tommy Paul only 63% behind his first serves in the first set. That was weak numbers. You have to protect your serve. You have to get 3 points from your serve. And he couldn't do that. If you look at the all stats in the match, Novak won 75% behind his first serves. In this tournament, we have seen the numbers land on around 80, but 75% is still lethal and superbly great numbers. And he won 55% behind the second serve. That's where Tommy Paul should have done something better, because he didn't return great in this match. And winning 58% behind his own first serves totally is not a great number. Also, you can't win a set from Novak if you have that low number. And his second serve was almost as good as his first serve, 53% in that category. And he totally did 18 winners and 32 unforced errors in the match. Novak did 31 winners and 39 unforced errors. He still did more unforced errors than winners, but still won the match due to that Paul couldn't take care of Novak's second serve, and Novak took care of his first and second serve. He returned much better. He won 51% behind Tommy Paul's serve in overall. And that was, of course, not only the factor, because Novak Djokovic, he has aces in his pocket. When he was down break points, when Tommy Paul got a little bit of security in Novak's serve, what did he do? He took out that serve. He just served himself out of trouble like Sampras did. And the first set was tight, but the rest, set 2 and 3, where he gave him a breadstick, and then 6-2 in the third set, was a walk in the park. That was the real Novak we saw. You saw the timing was there. It's like Novak can change. He, in 5 sets, that's what makes Novak, Rafa and Roger so great. They have time. They can play terrible for 1 set, but they still have the solutions. They have the tools. They have the mindset. They have the skills to put another gear. They have they when they are warm, when they are hitting the ball like they do, they are hard to beat. That's why they have been so dominant through the years. And Novak, you saw in set 2 and 3, the length from his ground stroke was there again. The ball was licking the baseline. He pushed Tommy Paul away from the baseline. He just changed the picture of the match. The control, the backhand, the defensive, the serve, the returns, everything was working normally for Novak Djokovic. And when it does, a guy like Tommy Paul stands a chance against a guy like Novak Djokovic. He was just much better when he started to play his regular game, Novak Djokovic. All credits to Tommy Paul, all credits to Karen Khachanov. They did more than what I expected, especially Tommy Paul. Semi-final spot is great. Perhaps he continues through the rest of the year, and Khachanov also, a big credit to him. and Stefanos was the much better guy. Nothing to say about that, nothing to complain about. He tried his best, but he wasn't good enough. All right, now into the final prediction. Like I said, 12 meeting, 10 victories for Novak. The only victories came for Tsitsipas in Canadian Open 2018, and the latest victory was in 2019, 3.5 years ago at Shanghai, where he defeated Novak Djokovic. After that, Novak Djokovic said to him, "Look, guys, you are regularly new on tour. I'm gonna show you who the master is." And he did show that in the French Open semifinal 2020. And then the next year in the final, when they met again, Stefanos Tsitsipas was 2 sets up. He choked. I don't know what happened. Novak came out as a different player. He just crushed through Stefanos Tsitsipas and collected that second Roland Garros win. And now he is up in his 33rd Grand Slam final. He has 21 victories, of course. He's out here to equal Rafael Nadal with 22 Grand Slams. He's here to collect first two-digit number in Grand Slams. Australian Open, 10 final, 9 victories. Nothing says that Stefanos is gonna win if you look at the stats and if you look at how Novak have played. And the matter of fact is that Tsitsipas has a chance to beat him, of course. Novak is human, but will he take down Novak Djokovic? To be honest, I'm gonna tell you what I think in the end of the video. But what does Stefanos Tsitsipas really have to do to get in to Novak's set to just perform? We have seen through the tournament, Novak has a bandaged leg, bandaged left leg, I think. He is not in his 100% physical status. Some people say, "Oh, he's faking. He's just do that." Why would a professional athlete bandage his feet through all of his matches if he's not cautious, if he has a risk of getting injured, if he feels some kind of pain that is bothering him? Why? We have seen through the tournament, Novak Djokovic doesn't have to be 90-95% to win. He doesn't have to play the beast level tennis to defeat any of the guys of the tour. I'm sorry, Stefanos Tsitsipas can play as better as he can reach his peak level. I think that even though he does that, Novak doesn't have to play his best tennis to defeat him. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because Novak has no weaknesses. He's so all-round. He has so much control on the court. On the other hand, the young Greek, he has his 2 Achilles heels still, and Novak's gonna expose them. Khachanov, Yannick Sinner, and the other guys that Stefanos Tsitsipas has beaten, they are not Djokovic. The other guys disappears from the matches. Novak can disappear, but he won't disappear in the final. If Novak is gonna lose, Stefanos really have to cut down the unforced error number, especially from the backhand side. He needs to return better. He needs to play more aggressive. He needs to make the ball short. He must keep the rally shorter than usual. He must play ultra aggressive first strike tennis, take time away from Novak Djokovic. He has that ability, but can he keep that level up for at least 3 to 5 sets? That's the biggest question. He has that repertoire, he has that skills, he has that level of tennis in him, but is it enough to defeat Novak Djokovic in a final? I don't think so. This is like the French Open for Rafael Nadal. He has never lost a French Open final. Novak has never lost an Australian Open final. These 2 legends, especially now we're talking about Novak, has got into the head of that previous generations. Guys like Medvedev has one of he's the only guy from that generation that has beaten Novak in a Grand Slam final. Look at Thiem, look at Zverev, look at Tsitsipas, look at Rublev, look at other clowns like Dimitrov, like Deminaur, like Hurkacz. And I'm saying they're terrible players, but look, when they have met Novak Djokovic, the only guy with the flag in top that said I have defeated Novak Djokovic in Grand Slam finals are Roger Federer. Medvedev had done it once, but still not good enough for me. He should have shown more. Wawrinka, of course, Murray, Nadal. Those are the guys that can be proud of themselves. The other guys, Dominic Thiem works close. Zverev have pushed him, but not in the final. So Novak Djokovic, he really has everything. He has the whole package. He's complete. We have said this many times. Novak has the backhand. He has the forehand. He has the defending skill. He has the offensive skills. He has the serve. He has the returns. The Greek must focus. The Greek must play high level of tennis through the entire match, and especially win the first set. If you are one set down against Novak in a final, it's hard, it's difficult, and I think that the start of this battle of the final is so important for the outcome of the rest of the match, because I don't think that Stefanos is gonna do what Djokovic did, turn the tables around after being down 2 sets. No, I don't think so. So Novak is here to create history. He has been in 44 Grand Slam semifinals, if I'm not mistaken. He's gonna equal Nadal, and they are gonna go through the rest of the season, and we're gonna see who is gonna win that 23rd Grand Slam, who is gonna be the leader, who is gonna be the guy that is gonna finish with the most Grand Slam. The Grand Slam race is still on. All credits to other players, the other generation, and I don't mean the clown players that I mentioned, like Monfils, like Dimitrov, like Deminaur, etc. Guys like Berrettini, Thiem, all of them should be in their prime. They should defeat guys like Novak and Rafael Nadal on regular basis. They have done that, but not in Grand Slam. That's the most valuable, that's the most important, that's the more the golden. It's the best way and best received to you will get acknowledgement if you defeat them in a Grand Slam final, and I'm waiting for them. Medvedev has done it, but the rest that should be in their peak, they should have won at least once or twice, have not done that. We have Casper Ruud have reached 2 finals. We have Alcaraz, who is the only prospect I think that are hard and great and good enough mentally and physically to take down Novak on hard courts together with maybe Medvedev. We will see about the rest of the what the future say. But now in the AO final 2023, of course I'm gonna say Novak Djokovic. How can I go against Novak Djokovic when he plays like that? If he just step up and play a little bit better than he did today, I think that Stefanos has no chance. Stefanos needs to be hyper offensive. He needs to protect the baseline. He needs to play smart. He needs to move Novak around and use his little forehand. If his forehand's crack, he's out of the match, and then it will be a 3-set affair here. But I don't know. We'll see. The tactics are important also, and the long rallies is an advantage for Novak Djokovic, of course. Novak has that cross-court backhand. He has that backhand down the line. He has that superbly lethal and underrated forehand also. And the serve. Novak, I don't think is going to dip in level on his serves. So Tsitsipas really have to try to read Novak's serve. And that's easier said than done. And with all due respect, I think that Tsitsipas will compete. He will make this a match. But if he defeats Novak Djokovic, it's going to be a huge upset in my eyes. I'm going to be very surprised if he defeats Novak. So I will say Novak Djokovic is going to be the Australian Open champion 2023. All right, take care.